Negative visualization, the Stoic trick that kills fear. Look around the room right now. The people in your life, your health, exactly as it is today, flaws included. The ordinary Tuesday you're currently living through. Now imagine losing one of them. Not dramatically, just gone. The way things actually get taken from people, quietly, and without warning. That flinch you just felt. The Stoics didn't avoid that feeling. They practiced it, on purpose, almost daily. It's called negative visualization, and it is one of the strangest, most effective tools they had for killing fear, before fear could even take hold. The Stoics called it premeditatio, and later writers gave it the Latin name premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortunes. On the surface, it sounds like the opposite of what you'd want to do if you're trying to feel less afraid. Why would deliberately imagining loss make you less anxious about loss? But this wasn't pessimism. It was a precise psychological maneuver. And once you understand the mechanism, it stops sounding strange and starts sounding almost obvious. Today, 3 ways this single practice quietly kills fear at the root. Mechanism 1. It strips fear of its element of surprise. Fear grows in the dark. Most anxiety isn't really about the bad thing happening. It's about the bad thing happening unexpectedly, catching you unprepared, ambushing a mind that assumed today was safe. Negative visualization removes the ambush. Seneca wrote to a friend that nothing ought to be unexpected bias, that the mind should run ahead and consider everything that could happen, so that when something difficult arrives, it arrives to a mind that's already met it once, in advance, on its own terms. This is the exact difference between a soldier who's rehearsed an emergency and one who hasn't. Not that the emergency becomes less serious, but that it stops being shocking. And shock, more than the event itself, is what fear feeds on. Rehearse the loss once, deliberately, in a quiet room with nothing at stake, and the real version, if it ever comes, arrives to a mind that has already been there before. Mechanism 2. It converts fear directly into gratitude. Here's the part that surprises people most. The Stoics didn't stop at imagine the bad thing. The second half of the exercise is what makes it powerful. After imagining the loss, return your attention to what you still actually have. Try it on something small right now. Imagine, briefly, that you couldn't see. Then open your eyes back to the room around you. Notice what just happened. The room didn't change at all, but your relationship to it did, instantly. That's not a trick of the mind. That's the mind being shown, directly, what it had stopped noticing through sheer repetition. Marcus Aurelius used this constantly, reminding himself each morning that the people and things in his life were not permanent fixtures owed to him, but temporary gifts, present today, and possibly gone tomorrow. Not to make him anxious about losing them, to make him actually notice them while he still had them, instead of sleepwalking past his own life assuming it would always be there. Fear and gratitude, it turns out, run on the same circuitry. Negative visualization simply redirects which one gets fed. Mechanism 3. It reveals which fears were never really about the thing itself. Try this exercise honestly, and something else becomes visible. Most of what you're afraid of losing isn't really about the object of the fear. It's about what you've quietly decided that object proves about you. You're not really afraid of losing the job. You're afraid of what losing it would mean about your worth. You're not really afraid of the relationship ending. You're afraid of being alone with a version of yourself you haven't fully faced yet. Negative visualization, done honestly, drags this out into the open, because you can't sit with an imagined loss for more than a few seconds without confronting why it terrifies you. Epictetus pointed at this directly, that it's never the loss of a thing itself that disturbs a person, but the judgment attached to that loss. Once you can name the actual judgment underneath the fear itself becomes something you question, and in many cases, quietly dismantle in 3 mechanisms. 1. Practice. Rehearsing the loss removes the shock that fear depends on. Returning to what you still have converts that same fear directly into gratitude. And sitting with an imagined loss honestly reveals what you were actually afraid of underneath the surface fear. The Stoics weren't trying to make themselves sad on purpose. They were trying to make themselves awake on purpose, to a life that was always temporary, whether they looked directly at that fact or spent their whole life flinching away from it. Tonight, try it on one small thing you take for granted. Imagine losing it for 10 seconds. Then look at it again. If this shifted something for you, subscribe. Daily Stoic Wisdom brings you one practice like this every week.